the Talkin' Buds podcast. What is up, everybody? We are back another week. We are scratching. We are clawing. We are crawling to the finish line of this absurdly long NHL season, but we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's almost there. We are almost there. The moment that we and the rest of Leafs Nation have waited for since April of last year, over a year ago.
Is there light at the end of the tunnel?
Well, I mean, the regular season being over is a light at the end of the tunnel.
This, man, there's tons of things we can get into. We could analyze how they're doing, how they're rolling. We've talked about, are they peaking at the wrong time? But man, right now, I don't care because it's getting tough to watch these last couple of games, man. There
were some interesting occurrences from this past week. We do this show once a week because it works for us and that's the best time to do it. But there's certain times where I'm like, oh God, I wish we were doing a post-game show. And I wish that we got to do a post-game show after the 8-1 ass whooping in Tampa Bay. Because I think a lot of people would assume me specifically, would come on here and scream and yell and be like, what a disaster. I actually didn't feel that way at all.
Me either.
My two takeaways from that game. One, Tampa specifically set out to send a message. They were like, we know we're playing you in the first round. We're going to rough you guys up and push you around and get in your head right away. Number two, I have seen a lot of people freaking out about some losing to Tampa, losing to Florida the following night. I don't agree at all. I am all for the core of this hockey team getting fed as many pieces of humble pie as they possibly can heading into the playoffs.
I think thinking about that game, talking about peaking at the right time, we were talking about the Leafs peaking at a moment was about a week or two ago.
2 weeks ago.
I mean, they went 11-1-1 in a 13-game stretch. Yeah. That's pretty amazing. I didn't even know that until they brought it up on the broadcast. But with Tampa, they were kind of in a downturn, and people were saying, well, maybe you want to play Tampa right now because they don't look like the Tampa of old.
Everyone except you.
You don't win 2 Stanley Cups in a row and just all of a sudden be crap. I know they lost their third line that everyone loves to just talk about how tough they were, whatever. They still have the same core group with this hockey team with the best goalie in the NHL.
100%.
When he decides he wants to be the best goalie in the NHL, which usually comes around playoff time, which is unfortunate for the Leafs. But it's been a tough schedule down the stretch here. Games every other night against top teams, and you just ran into a team that was ready to get hot again with your rookie goalie in net,
who specifically set out to send a message.
And I felt awful for Shalgren in that game. That was tough to watch, but it is what it is at this point. I don't care about anything else in this season. I don't care about peaking at the right time. I don't care about guys' statistics. I don't care about anything. As soon as puck drop, game one happens, it's just everything's out the window, and here we go, baby.
100%.
Here we go.
So then they go in and they lose a tough one in overtime to Florida. I wanted to bring that up because 2 takes. One, I thought Jack Campbell overall looked fine. I didn't like a couple of the goals. 2, if we can just deviate and have a Talkin' Panthers segment for a second. The Florida Panthers are not winning the Stanley Cup.
Extremely overrated.
Enjoy your 120-point season. Yeah. No chance. I was thinking, I thought I would bring this up today, and I was like, I'm the guy who always says, if I'm wrong, I will come on here and publicly eat crow. I hate canned tuna. I despise it. I think it's gross. I think it's disgusting. I don't even want to be near it when a can of it's open. If the Florida Panthers make it to the Stanley Cup final, not win, if they make it to the Stanley Cup final, I will sit here in front of you, and I will eat a can of tuna.
What?
Yes.
Well, you got to throw some... I'll let you throw it in a bowl. Actually, you don't even like mayonnaise either.
No.
You don't even like mayo.
Oh, my.
You're screwed,
yes.
man. You're going to have to just douse that thing with pepper and throw some green onion in there or something.
If the Florida Panthers make it to the Stanley Cup final,
no
I will
mayo
sit here.
on canned tuna is sickening.
I will sit here. No, you know what? I don't.
And you don't even like
no,
it.
Listen. Hold. Let's up the. This is how confident I am that the Florida Panthers will not make it to the Stanley Cup final.
Oh,
Like I said, I don't even like mayo. So I will mix the tuna with mayo, and I will sit here and I will eat a bowl of it. You can watch me do it in front of everyone. I'll spend a whole episode just eating it.
We have to get your fiance down here to watch that.
Yes.
Because that's going to be... I might invite the whole family over here to watch that.
That is how confident I am that the Florida Panthers are so overrated. Like, they are like the same team as the Leafs, maybe a slightly higher octane version. Like, they...
Are they, though? Are they a slightly...
No. But they play the same style is what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and how's that worked out
they want to win.
Every single person who's chirped the Maple Leafs for the past 6 years?
Exactly.
You know, the highest scoring team in the NHL, high octane offense. You know what that gets you in the playoffs? Well, we've seen it. Absolutely nothing.
Exactly. So I don't... Like, you saw the night prior or 2 nights prior, a team that is conditioned to play playoff hockey and knows what it takes and knows the mental game, the mental side of playing playoff hockey. And that's what they set out to do. And then you saw the Florida Panthers who were like, let's score 100 goals a game. And yeah, it doesn't translate. So, like, first of all, a lot was being made today. I want to talk about the Leafs and the Lightning in the first round, but a lot was being made today about the Eastern Conference play. Every playoff team in the East has over 100 points. When's the last time you saw that?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I say about that? Who cares?
Yeah,
I don't care.
But does that say more about like the bottom half of the East and how bad it is?
Yeah,
of
course. It's just this is an off year where there's a lot of teams on this side and a lot of teams on this side. There's a lot of teams that are thinking they're going to contend for a Stanley Cup, and there's also a lot of teams that are just trying to find the next prospect to add to their pool.
Mm. Well, there's a couple teams in the Leafs division, but that'll be something we talk about in the offseason. So it's going to be the Lightning. They're looking to clinch.
Tough, man.
Yeah, they're looking to clinch home ice this week. I think I've been thinking a lot about this. Like, you looked at me last week and you said, like, is winning a round a success to you? And we both agreed it is. But I think that even like that increases exponentially given who they're playing.
Yeah.
And I think the narrative, like, it's just going to be this pendulum that's going to swing in each direction. It's going to be like, if they win and beat the Lightning, it'll be like they won the Stanley Cup. Like, people will be freaking out. Like I said last week,
it'll be enough. I'm telling you right now.
They'll make a documentary on it, and it's going to be, the season will be deemed a success.
100%.
If they lose. So, if they lose in 7 and it's a hard-fought series and they lose to a better team, how are you... Like, are you going to look at that and say, well, I mean, it's Andrei Vasilevsky on the other side, or are you going to look at that and go, nope, another first-round exit. Bums.
That's a tough question, man.
I think that's a question we should all be asking ourselves.
I think... I'll always go with my first instinct. I think that if they go out in 7 games and fight hard, that me personally, I will find a way to throw an excuse in there that they were playing the best goalie in the world and a team that just knows how to win.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's you gotta win a round.
Yeah.
But you gotta win a round.
I think if they can slay the Tampa Bay Lightning, I think it'll buy them such street cred that even if they go into the next round and get swept in 4, people aren't going to care. I think it'll be, like I said, they'll make a freaking documentary about how they beat the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champion, and they'll put a statue of Sheldon Keefe in Legends Row.
I think I've been trying to think about how I feel going into this playoff, and I feel like I'm still a little bit indifferent. This team is so overdue for a little more success than what they've had. But at the same time, we've seen it. They've lost in the first round. Here's one thing we do know. This series is going 7 games. 6 or 7.
You can't convince you otherwise.
It's happening.
Yeah.
I know they lost in 6 to the Capitals, but 7 in Boston, 7 in Boston, 5 in Columbus, 7 in Montreal.
Yeah.
Like, it's happening. So, I mean, there's so many variables. There's so many factors. I think if they lose this series, I will be significantly less disappointed than I was last season.
That depends on how they lose. And that brings me to my next point. I think the conversation around Kyle Dubas with what happens here against the Tampa Bay Lightning. And I know we're giving away our next week playoff preview show, but we'll talk about some of the other series in that too. And we got tons to talk about. So the conversation around Kyle Dubas. You know, we've basically said since last season ended, we've discussed Kyle Dubas's future. And you're seeing things happen like holding Matthews out for 3 games. And like that's a decision. If just speculating here, but I think he probably has a minor injury. All these guys know, and by all these guys, pronouns, pal, I mean it's Keefe, Dubas, and Shanny. They all know what's on the line here. So they're like, we're going to make sure you're as healthy as can be. So they know what's at stake.
Yeah.
If the Leafs lose this series and it's because they can't score and their top guys get shut down and they can't get any depth scoring, I do not believe that Kyle Dubas deserves to lose his job. I believe he should be given the opportunity to change the DNA of this team. If the Leafs lose this series because Jack Campbell can't stop a puck, then I think Kyle Dubas, he should probably lose his job for not properly addressing the goaltending. And that's my take.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that. I'm not ready to get there yet.
Oh, it's coming.
I know it's coming, and it's going to come very soon, but I'm not ready to get there yet. I'm trying to take it all in, soak it all in. This is a good hockey team. At the beginning of this season, the Leafs' point total number was over under 6.5 points. When I looked at that number, I was like, there is no way in hell this team is getting over 106 points.
Yep.
And they did it.
Yep.
And they did
Statistically, it's been the best season in team history.
And they've shown a lot of signs that they might have changed as a team, and they've made some additions that have really helped this hockey team. Maybe not net, but they've made some additions, and there's things you're seeing that are like, okay, maybe this is a good sign for later, but man,
yeah, you're already feeling the stress.
I know. I'm trying really hard. Some weeks there's an episode, or one of our most watched episodes a couple weeks ago is the picture on our episode is me just like, after a Buffalo Sabres loss.
Yes.
But I'm right now, this last little bit of this regular season, I'm so over that reaction. I'm so over hot takes, and it's just, this is just a moment for a group of gentlemen, a big moment where they're going to play the toughest opponent they could draw in this playoff. There is no other team in this league that is playing a tougher opponent in the first round than they are.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to get home ice, which is good for some people. For me, I personally don't care, but it's a big moment for these dudes, and it's a big moment for this management staff, and I'm feeling it. Like, it's weighing on me as a human being, not as a fan. It's like, man, this would be,
you look stressed,
extremely heartbreaking if they lose this series. Like, and you know what, they probably are. Like, that's not a prediction. It's just
it's just
listen, like, what confidence
we're gonna get people commenting that are gonna jump all over you and be like, you're so negative, negative.
Just but think about it. It's like, what have they done in the past to make you think that they're gonna win this series?
See, for me, it's even like throw the their playoff past out the window. What I'm more stuck on is what you just said, which is they have the toughest draw of any of the teams.
This is the toughest series in the league. I don't care who's playing who. Yeah. The Florida Panthers can get 200 points in a season. I don't care.
Yeah.
If they played a series against the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round, they'd lose.
Yes.
Just like they did last year.
Yep.
So, I mean, for the most pressure-packed moment in this, every year it seems like this is the most pressure. This is the most pressure.
Yes.
This is.
That's what I just said.
Like, King Daddy Topper.
Yes, that's what I just said. Like,
and they're playing a team that all they know is winning.
Yep.
No matter what.
Yep.
And they have all the tools to win.
Yep.
So, like, what are they going to do? And the Leafs have a goaltending situation that is very fragile.
Yep.
Like, it's just
Ryan, you're one like groin pull twist away from Eric Källgren.
I know,
starting the first round against the Tampa Bay Lightning.
It's a bad. I feel bad for them.
Yeah,
in a way, It
also dawned on me too, watching the Tampa game, watching Corey Perry skating around out there, being like he's coming back for another first round against the Leafs, and he knows exactly which buttons to push. Yeah, it's just like, although I do think that, like, this is not the same Leaf team as last year. They've got some tougher guys in there, like Mark Giordano was right in the middle of everything against the Lightning, and like, yeah, I know it's all I want to talk about. Like, I've been listening to the radio and other pods, and they're talking about, well, what would you do? Would you start Jack Campbell on Tuesday, or would you? I'm gonna ask you that question later anyway. But like how would you deploy them? And it's like I can't think about that. Like, all I can think about is this year, every year when we watch the Leafs play playoff hockey, like, it's nerve-wracking.
Oh.
But this year is gonna be Sheldon Keefe. I was listening to his post game last night, and they were down against Washington, and he said to the team, "Don't accept your fate." That's what they've done. Like, you know, when, like, you saw it in games 5, 6, and 7 last year against the Habs, where they just look like they're completely lost out there. It's like, we can't have any of that. Like, you're gonna lose some games in this series. As you said, it's probably going 7. You're gonna lose at least 3 games in this series, but just come on, fight. Like, that was one of the things that I found, like, encouraging about the Tampa game the other day. It's like there were guys in there, like I said, Giordano's right in there. Pierre Engvall is right in there. Ilya Mikheyev drops the mitts the other night. Lyubushkin drops the mitts the other night. And I like that, but I still look at, there's 3 guys specifically, excuse me, who I'm honing in on right now that, like, I need to see more. And before you all freak out, I'm not expecting Mitch Marner, John Tavares, or William Nylander to drop the gloves and fight anybody. Okay? That's not what they're going to do. But the disinterest, the lack of interest that I see in those 3 guys to engage in any sort of physicality, and not, like, I don't even need you to run anybody over. I need you, when somebody comes up and puts their glove in your face, for you to not stand there like, that's what I need. And all 3 of those guys do that. Marner the other night, and I'm going to be very careful criticizing Mitch Marner. He's had an incredible season. But, like, Kucherov kicks him.
Yeah.
He kicks him. He does that on purpose. And Marner's just sitting on the bench looking like he's going to burst into tears. And it's like, get out. Like, he's just... If Pat Maroon is coming up to you, Mitch Marner, and he wants to go, skate away.
Yeah.
Let Wayne Simmons or Kyle Clifford deal with Pat Maroon.
Mm-hmm.
But Nikita Kucherov, another skilled hockey player, has decided he's gonna mess with you, and you just do nothing. John Tavares the other night just,
he has no excuse because he's not doing anything else.
Like, I was so. I'm going to get just slaughtered for the negativity in the comments tonight, but I don't care. Like, I had half a mind watching that Tampa game to walk up to John Tavares, rip that C off his jersey, walk down the bench, slap it on Mark Giordano's chest, and say, out you go. John Tavares just standing there like, and Pat Maroon jawing at him, and he's just going, oh, so tough, so tough. It's like, God, that's lame. When you're out there and some guy, like, puts his hands on you,
you're a man. It doesn't matter what, like, you just,
and I think,
like, throw a punch, man.
Yeah.
Like,
or just say, don't effing touch me and like push him back.
Okay, you get socked in the mouth. Like,
and again, it's like I said last week. Like, you've got the guys who want to collect Pokemon, and then you've got the guys who are like, we need Wendell and Ty and Darcy Tucker. Like, and it's like, no. The answer is
collect Pokemon is the greatest thing you've ever come up with.
That's
so good.
Yes, because there's people who are watching me right now being like, "What's up, Marner's game?" And it's
got
like
120 HP.
Yeah, and it's like, and again, it's like it's not black and white. It's like I'm not looking at Mitch Marner and saying go out there and drop the mitts, and I'm not looking at them and saying go run somebody over with a hit. But I am saying when someone on their team comes up and starts to mess with you, don't skate away.
And you think that is going to play a big role in this series.
Corey Perry is in that Tampa Bay dressing room going, we played these guys last year in Montreal. We went down 3-1. We started roughing them up, and they had no answer.
Yeah.
And John Cooper is pulling up film from every other playoff series going, look what happens when you push these guys around.
I was going to go on a completely different direction than you, but once you bring that up, it's the truth.
Yes.
Like, it's the truth.
Yes.
And that kind of goes back to what we were talking about before, how I feel these guys as a group, and I want them to succeed. And you bring that up, but that's been their problem. That's their problem. Like, that's what haunts them every single playoff, every single day. It's the inability to be tough mentally or physically.
And like I said, I feel like I need to reiterate this because people interpret it whatever. It's not about fighting. It's not about dirty plays and dirty hits. It's about letting the other team know when they try and push you around that you're not going to let them push you around. That's why when Matthews got suspended a few weeks ago, I was like, all for it. Perfect. Take your stick and hit him again.
Yeah.
And show the rest of the league, I'm a big boy, and you're not going to touch me.
I'm 6'3", 225 pounds.
That is what, like, it's just, I cannot understand the skating away.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I'm not a guy who collects Pokemon.
No.
I am not.
No, you're not.
I am going to go hard the other way to the I need the Domi and Wendell side. And these guys just need to look at this series as this is the most baby boomer line of all time. These guys need to go to war, man.
Yes.
They do.
Yes.
This is a war.
Yes.
And if there's ever a time to take a punch to the face, it's now.
Yes.
It's now.
Yes.
I don't care what type of player you are. It's just, dude, it just all comes back to they have to win this series at all costs. You can analyze the goaltending versus the goaltending, the defense versus the defense, whatever. At the end of the day, are the Toronto Maple Leafs a good enough hockey team to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning? I think they are.
If Jack Campbell's playing at his best, I think they are too.
I think,
yes.
Like, player for player, whatever. They're good enough to beat this team. It's just, you got to go to war to get it done.
I've said it 3 times in this episode. I'm going to say it one final time. That was the message that the Lightning deliberately set out to send last Thursday.
Yeah.
We're going to push you guys around, and we're going to let you know that you're not going to have a fun time playing. And we're going to get in your head right now, Mitch Marner. So when the puck drops, you're looking over your shoulder.
And the thing that pissed me off too, it's if you look at those years they played the Bruins were 100% a way tougher, more intimidating hockey team. Bigger players, tougher dudes. I go down this Tampa Bay roster. Okay, Pat Maroon. Pat Maroon is not Tom Wilson or Ryan Reeves
or Chara in the back in the day.
He's a tougher guy around, but he's not intimidating. You go down that Tampa Bay roster, nobody should intimidate you.
But that's
on that roster.
That's what I'm saying.
You can, if you stand up for yourself, you can fight back against this team. They are not a scary, intimidating hockey team at all.
If a guy like Pat Maroon is going to run around, I have no problem going, Clifford, Simmons, you got this. Simmons wants to go him.
Yeah.
Like, right? So whatever. If you're a skilled hockey player and another skilled hockey player is taking liberties with you. Isn't that the time
for you to stand up?
Yeah, like...
That's the time for you
If Kucherov is going to run around, like, just Like I said, don't drop the mitts. But if he gives you a shot, give him a shot back. And
wouldn't that be the most like food opportunity for a guy to fight back?
Yes. Yes. So anyways,
man.
I got off way down a diatribe.
You went on a. I did not expect you to go down the
because
toughness
you know
route.
what, Ryan, I thought that game against Tampa was so eye opening, and it was just like, this is what it's gonna come down to. Like, can you guys hang in there when the Lightning start running around? Because that is the game plan. And guess what? If you eliminate the Tampa Bay Lightning, whoever you play next, that will also be the game plan.
Yeah.
Dial up the physicality on these guys. They can't handle it. And you need to show them you can handle it.
Or even the Lightning, either if it's physically or with goals, they're a team that sometimes they're going downhill on you. And you're going to have to weather that storm against them.
Yes.
It's all about weathering storms against the Tampa Bay Lightning. No pun intended.
And getting a save, which leads me to the last question of the episode, the sports radio question. Mm-hmm. How would you deploy Jack Campbell this week? Tuesday against the Wings, Friday against Boston.
Play him one night.
I'd put him in Tuesday night against the Red Wings.
See, that's kind of the bitch play, though. I don't know.
But you put him in.
I know,
they need 1 point to get home ice.
I'm cool with him playing.
But then he gets a
game.
full week off.
I know. I'm cool with him playing one game. It's like, whatever. Play Shalgren. I like how they're playing Shalgren. It's fine. I don't care about that. It's just, are we going to just baby this guy until we throw him into the depths of hell? Mm. Like, put him in there against Boston. Yep. Let's go. Yep. Time to get ready right now.
Yep.
I don't care. Mm-hmm. They can win. They beat the Washington Capitals with Eric Shalgren. They could beat the Detroit Red Wings with Eric Shalgren.
Yep.
But let's stop babying Jack Campbell. And ever since he's come back, it's been all about, let's throw him in here. Let's throw him in there. We don't want to hurt his confidence too much. I'm over that. Go play the Boston Bruins and go show that you're ready for a 7-game series. I'm sick of this babying Jack Campbell shit. I'm over it.
Well, there you have it. Sick of this babying Jack Campbell shit. All right. Well, I think we're at time. We're going to get out of here. First episode of Talking Buds Blue Jays show dropped yesterday. It's available on our YouTube. Go check it out. We will be discussing Blue Jays all summer long. We'll be back next weekend with our official playoff preview. That'll be a rare episode where we talk a little more around the league. We'll look at each series.
Will we, though?
Yeah, I think we will. We'll look at each series and sort of give our take on it.
All right.
Some interesting matchups, like in the West, particularly.
Not as interesting as this one, though.
No, this is
the most interesting round.
Yes.
Name me one other round that is more interesting than this one. There's none.
No,
there's zero.
Listen, I give the NHL a lot of crap, rightly so, but round one of the Stanley Cup playoffs is fantastic.
It's the best.
It's always fantastic. Yeah, 100%. All right, let's get out of here. Thanks, everybody, for checking us out. If you like what you see, hit that like and subscribe button below. Spread the word. Tell your friends. We really appreciate it. If you're listening to the audio version, hit that follow button. Leave a little 5-star review. We're going to be back next weekend, and we'll see you then.